Today I am going to take my sweet potatoes here that I need to use up. I'm going to can them. So I'll have sweet potatoes ready to make soup or just roasted sweet potatoes anytime I want. So I'm going to peel these and I'll get back to you. So here's all the peeled and cubed sweet potatoes. Look at my finger. I've got a blister from peeling those sweet potatoes. Not for the faint of hearted. So now I'm going to heat these up in water for about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to turn it off and then I'll put them in my jars and I'm going to pressure can them for 65 minutes. In the meantime, I have some olive oil here, and since I'm using an all-American pressure canner, I have to put the oil around the gasket part here where it connects with the other part, the lid, so there's a nice, going to be a nice seal. You can use olive oil or any other type of oil, but olive oil is good, or petroleum jelly, Vaseline. So do that. Have my water in here. That's a couple of inches of water, and I'm getting that hot. I'm getting my lids in the thing. This is starting to heat up, and I have my jars heating in the oven to sterilize them at 225. I don't think I'll be able to use all the jars, but I have them in there anyways. And there you can see I put the oil on the outside on the top and on the inside of the lid. Now you should put some vinegar. See, vinegar in the water so that you don't have film on the outside of the jars. Now these have been boiling for a while now. I'm just going to take them and put them in my hot jars. Get as much potatoes as I can in them. It's going to be too many. Try and push them down. Do the next one, and I'll top them up with the boiling water. Hot.
What are you making?
I need to put that one over here. Get some liquid. And you do it to just for 1 inch. You do it to the ring here. Oh, there. To the ring here. That's about 1 inch. Because you need to have enough headspace for that to boil. You can also can sweet potatoes in a simple syrup if you like them really sweet, but then you're limited on what you can do with them. So they're all about 1 inch. And then I take a chopstick usually to get any air bubbles out. That one has to come out there, too high. And that one is going too high. Then you take a paper towel with some vinegar on it. Since sweet potatoes have like lots of sugar, you don't want that on your rings, like on the lid, the top of your jars, because you want the rings to seal, the lids to seal. And then you put the lids on them, and you put the rings on just to finger tightness. You don't want to tighten them too much because you need the air to release on the lids, like through the lids there. You don't want them too loose either. And if you do it too tight, you could make the jars fail or buckle. There we go. We already have the rack in our canner. Have one in there. And then you just continue until you run out of jars of food to put in here. This is an All-American 921, so it could do 2 racks of the smaller jars. Sorry, I just took them back out. I forgot to say to put the salt in. That's what happens when you're trying to do too many things at once. So you put about half a teaspoon of salt. So there's all the jars in there. Actually finished up all of the sweet potatoes. I'm quite impressed. I never get this to happen. I didn't have enough things to can for 65 minutes to do another row, but that is what it is. And I'm going to put the lid on now. So you match up the arrow to the groove here. You slide it into place, and this will hook in. And then you do each knob opposite at the same time. It's hard to do with the camera holding it like this. And then you flip the next 2, because you want this to be an even gap right here. Again, just finger tight. There we go. And it looks like a fairly even seal here. Now we just wait till this boils, and this steam will be coming out for 10 minutes, and then we'll put the weight on. So now the steam is coming. You could feel it. You could see the little bubbles coming out from there. I'm going to put the timer on for 10 minutes. So there's my timer. And when that goes off, I'll put the weighted gauge on here and bring this up to pressure to 10, 11 pounds. So now it's been 10 minutes, and here's my weighted canner. I'm going to put a 10-pound weight, and then I'm going to lower my heat a bit because that needs to get to 10 pounds pressure. It's already at 5. There we go. It's jiggling. And it is at about 12, no, actually it's at exactly 11 pounds per pressure. So, I'll just lower down the heat a little bit because that shouldn't be jiggling the whole time. It should go jiggle and stop. See, that's more like it slows down and stops. So I'm doing this for 65 minutes. See, it's quiet now, and it goes on for a bit, and then it goes quiet. That means it's at pressure, and you can see that it is by the dial. That's why I like the All-American canner, is that it has the weighted gauge as well as the dial to confirm you're at right temperature. My timer just went off, so now I'm shutting off the heat, and this will slowly stop making noise, and my dial here will go down to 0. When it's at 0, then I will take my weight gauge off. Not quite at 0. It still makes a little noise. And you can hear it's still bubbling. So probably another 5-10 minutes, but I'll be back. So it's down to 0, and it's been down to 0 for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm taking off the weight, which you'll hear a little bit. Oh, that's hot. Of air coming out. Now I'll just wait a little bit. Probably about another 5 minutes just to make sure it's really no more steam is coming out from here. At least like 3 or 4 minutes. There are the jars. And there's the last one out. And there's still water in there. I'm going to fill that up to the 3-inch mark and can some more. But look at these jars. Now I'm going to take this and tighten up the lids. There, some of the lids were quite loose. So now I'm going to let these cool. And we'll be hearing popping. I heard one just a minute ago. Okay, almost. I think they're all sealed. But we'll let them cool. And they will settle down. Right now they're all floating at the top, but they'll come down. When you take them out of here, I wouldn't necessarily discard the water. I would use the water. That is it. Pressure canning sweet potatoes. Takes about 3 hours. Maybe about 4.5 of peeling. Next time I will cook the potatoes first a bit to get the skins to be able to come off. Because peeling them without that. Gave me a blister, as you can see. But you live and learn.